everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, passing may come at a cost. The Bills are top 10 in forcing interceptions, and they'll be up against the Dolphins, who will be testing that coverage.
Thanks, Larry. We have your typical winter day in Buffalo with temperatures in the 20s as we approach kickoff at New Era Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They're led out by their strong-arm quarterback out of Texas A&M. It's Ryan Tannehill.
I think one of the things I like about Ryan Tannehill's game is that he understands what his receivers are looking for downfield. He played that position at Texas A&M before becoming the starting quarterback. So a lot of times when he's in the pocket looking downfield, he's actually running the routes with the receivers as he remembers them.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
On second down, here's Tannehill. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to him right away because they have the matchup advantage.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Defensively, starting lineup for the Bills and a disruptor on the line, certainly Shaq Lawson.
Loved him during his time at Clemson. Really liked him when he played in the national championship game because he wasn't 100%, had gotten hurt in the game before and found a way back onto the field and made a difference.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's Tannehill now on second down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Shaq Lawson. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he's been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
3rd and long. It's Tannehill. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And in this weather, I know you weren't a quarterback. You were on the defensive side of things, but how hard is it to throw that football?
It can't be easy because you never know how the moisture is going to affect things, and each quarterback handles it differently. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Depends whether they wear a glove, not wear a glove, how cold is it. You know, all those things go into it. But it goes to everything else. Keeping your footing when you're running routes. Supposedly you have the advantage as a receiver because you know where you're going. But that's not easy as well. Finally, just locating the ball when it finally comes through the snow. Kids love snow. Players, not so much at times.
They will run again with Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Tough spot here. 3rd and 18 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. Todd Gurley, a first-quarter touchdown there. The Bills' offense coming out, ready to take over. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And some room to roam now. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Looking to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
All right, here we go.
Now back to throw. So we get a traffic there, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Green 39. Green 39. Gone. Back. No. Check. Patriot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try?
Meanwhile, out in Los Angeles, they're in the second quarter now. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. Alex Smith, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 6 yards to go here on second down.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hurry up. Here we go. Green. Over. Leopard.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And now it's second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Over.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Meanwhile, out in Los Angeles, they're in the second quarter now. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. Alex Smith with 1 touchdown pass thus far. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is third and goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll look to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going deep here for Landry. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They go play action here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Let's go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Goodwin. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Bills on third down. Just one. For 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Gone. Leopard.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decide to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are in for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
That time, a 6-play. Here's Jeff Locke now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Dorsett on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And here come the Bills. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The offense lining up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows? Yeah.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. And it's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The Dolphins on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Room here to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good pickup there at 22.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
So they don't even need to run a 2nd down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got them on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So a 1st down and 5 for the offense. Coleman. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
It's Coleman here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Back to throw, Tannehill. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And his kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So that's their 3rd trip to the red zone, but all they have to show so far is 2 field goals.
Tough sledding in this game for the offense. They get to the red zone. Normally you count on a minimum of 3 points in each red zone trip. Not so far in this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Elsewhere around the NFL, 3rd quarter now in Los Angeles. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Alex Smith, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Back now in Buffalo.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. 319. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They'll set up a throw. And Ingram holds it in. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's got room. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage. But you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air, Tannehill on second down. And some space here. And he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. In the red zone this time. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And now running right through it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Here we go now. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Down to about the 22 here. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will extend their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level...
Now it's Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now Tannehill saying, let's get to the line. Tannehill now to throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Tannehill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he comes back with one complete. 6 yards there on the pickup. And the Dolphins have a first down. Now Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Second and 10. Tannehill once more. And he's got some space here. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Tannehill on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete.
But they're certainly being aggressive here. It's like being a sprinter in a 100-meter dash, exploding out of the blocks, trying to push the ball downfield. Guaranteed this defense better be on their toes. They're going to be tested all game.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man. It's Escobar. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Tannehill throwing again. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. To throw is Tannehill. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. And back at the beginning of the year, they said they thought they could win 10 games. That's such a good number to shoot for. They achieved that here.
And why is that such a good number to shoot for? 10 usually gets you into the playoffs. An excellent goal, and they accomplished it.